Thank you everyone for tuning in today. We hope you enjoyed our last 2 videos on Death Valley. That truly was a fun and unique experience for us. After Death Valley, we ended up going south on Panamint Valley Road and headed towards the Trona Pinnacles. Now the unfortunate thing about this is I lost half of our footage. An entire SD card is gone, and so that's all of our footage leaving the valley, heading towards Trona and arriving and setting up, as well as driving around the Trona Pinnacles. So we managed to salvage enough, I think, and this is a truly unique experience that we really wanted to share with everyone. If you haven't heard of the Trona Pinnacles, these are unique geological features in the California desert, which consists of more than 500 tufa spires, some as high as 140 feet. Now these Trona Pinnacles have been featured in many commercials, films, and still photo shoots, and you can definitely see why once you get a peek at them. Now these are on our public lands run by the BLM, so you are allowed to camp there for 14 days, and it is a truly unique experience if you're anywhere near this area in California. We ended up spending a week there, and we highly recommend it, so we hope you enjoy watching this video. So we're gonna turn in for the night, but man, is this a crazy landscape to look out our window. It's absolutely crazy.
It's awesome.
What a weird place to spend the week. This is just gonna be a great, fun time out here.
I think every day will be a little different because there's so many people coming in and out.
Yeah, for sure. And this is the weekend, so it's busy now. It's probably gonna be really quiet during the week.
True.
So we are going to go for a little drive tomorrow, I think, and get our feel for the ground since we just set up and haven't even taken a look besides out our windows. I just wanted to capture our first little night glimpse at these beautiful pinnacles. They are just so crazy to look at, and nobody's out here. Just us and the pinnacles.
It's magical.
Good night.
Good night. Our first morning at the Pinnacles has been productive so far. I had client calls this morning, and both Aaron and I got a lot of work done. I got a little walking in, we just got a workout in, and now I'm going to grill up some lunch on the Blackstone. And it is been a full 5 days that these vegetables have been in these containers. So I'm going to check on all of them, and I'm going to eat whichever one looks like it needs to be eaten the most. So sometimes I let that dictate our menu so that we don't waste anything, no spoilage. And then also while I do it, I'm going to switch out the rags, my paper towel trick. You can see all of that moisture in there. So what I like to do about this time is go in and take these wet ones out, put them aside. I save those, they'll dry, and I can use them for cleaning later. And then I just replace it with a fresh one. And it's amazing that you can get a full week out of your veg. So we're gonna pick out which vegetable needs to be cooked, and then I'm gonna throw on some chicken, and I might do some black beans out there. It'll be a really quick lunch, and then we're going to get back to work. And then later, once it gets hot out, we're going to do a little cruise around the inside of the Pinnacles.
It's like the desert out here.
It's beautiful and sunny and warm. And when it's warm like this in the 70s, we love to take the cooking outside to help keep the inside as cool as possible.
Yeah, it's nice the wind is cooperating with us, at least for today and yesterday.
It smells good, doesn't it?
It does smell pretty good. Having some more fun with the temp gun. Says it's 371 degrees.
I feel like I'm 371 degrees right now.
That's really hot. Your chicken is 458 degrees. The front cap of our RV is kind of directly in the sun path here all day, and it's what's getting really hot where our front windshield is. And I wanted to see what the temp is because yesterday it was really hot. 155, 165 degrees on the glass, 136.
It'd be interesting to see what the other side is.
The non-sun side?
Yeah.
82.
I meant that tail end.
Yeah, completely out of the sun?
Yeah.
The back wall in the shade, 68 degrees.
Big difference.
Yes.
68's like perfect.
So yesterday when we got in fairly late, coming from Death Valley, everything was kind of heated up. We were coming from 90 degrees during the day, and I think overnights it was maybe 65, almost 70 basically in the morning. So when we got here, it was just baking inside the RV, and running the air conditioner off the batteries literally saved us.
Oh yeah.
It was so comfortable.
I was worried Aaron was gonna have brain damage from his overheating.
It was just too hot, especially if you're lying in the bed, because then you're basically sitting right next to that 165 degrees. So we're really enjoying being able to run the air conditioner, and this week we're going to play with it a little bit more. The hottest part of the day is 3 to 5, so just running it for 2 hours is going to take roughly 30% of our battery, which the solar is recharging 25 to 30% right now and increasing every day as it gets more into the summer angles of the sun.
And that timing, that 3 to 5 is going to work well because it's almost 2. So we're going to eat this lunch and do a little bit of wrapping up of work stuff, and then we'll actually go explore. I don't think it'll take too long to drive through there.
No, and we'll just run it when we get back. It'll just be nice to come back and pop on the AC.
My point was, though, we'll be leaving during the warmest part of the day on purpose. So that, yes, hopefully we can come back on that tail end of the heat and then pop it on and cool down.
I'm excited to see the Pinnacles up close. Good looking lunch. Thanks for cooking, dear.
You're welcome. I'm going to bust out some of the old hammer sauce on this one.
You always got to be careful when you see a handwritten label on a hot sauce bottle. I still can't believe how crazy these things are behind us.
And we don't even know the full story yet.
It's about 2 o'clock, the sun's high in the sky, it's getting hot out here, and we're gonna go cruise around these Pinnacles and see what they're all about. You ready?
Yes.
Let's go.
So excited.
So the tour starts about 30 seconds from our front door.
We're like, right in our front door.
I'm still just blown away that you can camp right next to these things, and what a fun spot to hang out for the entire week. So the behavior we've witnessed in the past day of people coming and being tourists here is they typically come in, spend maybe a half an hour or so, and then they leave. Or they're on side-by-sides or dirt bikes or something like that, and then they kind of go around a little bit. And there's also been a few truck campers and tent campers, but we have this whole parking lot to ourselves, which I'm just amazed. So there's all types of little hiking trails and stuff that's around here that I'm just not quite ready to get on. Maybe by the end of the week, I'll be healed that much more where I can do some of this hiking.
You know what I'll do? Is I'll go on a special mission and I'll find which one is most valuable for your steps.
Okay.
And then we'll do that one.
That's good to know. There's all types of fun little information boards around here that talk about these geological structures, and it's pretty fun. What'd I miss?
Well, the Trona Pinnacles is registered a national landmark.
Landmark. Not a monument. Landmark.
1968, I think it said.
It's pretty cool.
Because it preserves the history of the United States.
It does. They are super unique. I mean, unique enough to catch all the filmmakers' eyes and want to use it for alien landscape.
Yes.
Okay.
We're either going to see aliens on this trip or Matthew McConaughey. We don't know which one. Okay. Do you see anything that you recognize from movies?
No, I don't recognize anything from movies. I can't even picture. We'll have to try to watch. I know like Planet of the Apes from 2001 with Mark Wahlberg. Let's go to the right here. Star Trek, which I don't know if we've seen, and a handful of movies that we probably haven't seen. There's probably been some low budget sci-fi movies that have been made out here.
Okay, but here's the thing, like anybody who knows me knows that I hate science fiction movies. So I have no desire to see any of the movies that are filmed here.
Well, it might change your mind once you've actually stayed there.
That's true.
Always makes it a little bit more interesting.
That's true.
This is a lot bigger of an area than I really imagined it. I just kind of pictured it to be like one small kind of rock structure, like right where we're parked in front of the front parking lot, but it really does go way back here. Could you imagine riding your dirt bike or your side-by-side back here?
Yeah, so there's the one big main cluster which the scenic loop goes through on the inside, and then there's a big cluster right there. That's a big cluster, and you've got to wonder if there's more clusters back there.
Yeah, pretty crazy. This would be a great spot for like a truck camper or a 4x4 van, or like a truck tent. You can get some really cool spots. But I don't know about RVs. There's definitely some unknowns. We wouldn't want to be dragging our 48-foot rig down some of these unknown roads. So how many of you think the bumpy 5-mile road to get out here is worth visiting these Trona Pinnacles? And how many of you guys would actually like to camp out here?
And would you be creeped out?
Lots of options for different size rigs. The smaller the better, for sure, it seems like. But you could get quite a few out here, and I'm pretty sure that there's been some big Class A's out here, but we don't know for sure. So coming back in after that drive, we had everything closed up besides the roof vents. We always close all the windows and everything. And it's a little stuffy in here, but it's not as bad as it was yesterday. But we're still gonna run the AC for a little bit. Our batteries got charged up to 75%. We seem to fluctuate between 50% and close back up to 100, but the more power we have, the more power we use. At least that's the way it seems.
That's true, and you know what they say, the bigger the purse you have, the more crap you'll put in it.
Well, that kicked on right away at 83, so it's pretty toasty in here. And it seems to fluctuate between just over 100 amps all the way up to like 130, 140 amps. So not bad. We'll run the AC for a couple hours and cool this place down.
Feels good. I'm excited.